to my friend, I said, I'm gonna be sick, I'm gonna be bald, you know, who in the world, who would ever want me as a health coach? And she said, everybody would want you as a coach. And it was that moment that just changed everything. Like the idea that it didn't matter if I didn't look like, you know, the ideal image of health. It was that people would want me as their coach because I could inspire them. Because if I was still getting up at 5:30 in the morning to sweat before chemo, and then I would come home and do it again, why couldn't you? You know, why can't you? And that's really what changed everything. Just keep working out. And so after a conversation with my oncologist, we decided that I would still work out, and I would get ready for chemo in the morning, and instead of just putting on my clothes and going out the door and heading to chemo, I would work out first. And on social media, I would ask people to sweat with me. And on social media, they would be doing the same thing, and they would be tagging me in social media, on Facebook as well. And then I would go to chemo, and I would come home, and I would sweat again. I would work out again. And I think the workouts, at first, it was just a way of literally sweating the toxins out, but I believe it was also very mental. It was just the idea of sweating for something bigger, that if I was able to still sweat, I was winning. And one of the things that I have found through cancer is, as sick as I was, especially after treatments, and I would be sick for about 3 days after my treatments, but it's changed my entire life. You know, you go through life and you go through the motions and you do the things that are expected of you. But when you have cancer, all of that sort of changes, and everything is just put into perspective, and nothing matters as much as survival. And as sick as you might be, you know, the best thing that's ever happened to me is this, and that is because it's changed the way I look at life. It's changed the way I mother my children. It's changed the patience I have for others. I have such a respect for life in general that I don't think most people could know unless they've truly struggled, or had some kind of life-altering disease or cancer or something that has impacted their life. I'm a different person than I was before a diagnosis. And I love the person that I'm becoming. And there were so many blessings, and I didn't want anyone to say, poor Katy. And it just, that idea never sat right with me. So I just kept thinking, like, well, why don't I just make this into a blessing? Why don't I make my mess into my message, you know? So I did. I would just talk about what I was going through. I would blog about it. I would share it with, you know, whoever. And I always just thought to myself, is this post today something somebody needs? Is this post going to inspire someone or change someone's life? Because if I can do that simply by sharing my story, just imagine what I would do if, like the compound effect, I just did it consistently, compounded over time. And the idea of being beautiful before cancer was always just an exterior. It was just how I looked, you know, how others viewed me. But what I found is that real beauty is just the light that you give to other people. It's how much you impact their lives. It's not about being perfect or looking gorgeous on the inside. It's really about the light that you shine in the lives of other people.
Perfect. And I'll work with you on that because I know that it can be hard. But this set, and every set has a challenge. Like the other set. A big fatty. Head up that chin down again. Perfect. Got it. Yeah, keep that smile and look down, and then come back up. Bring that head this way a little bit.
One thing that I think everybody should know is that every life matters, every story matters, you matter, every sweat matters, everyone on this earth matters.